Okay, are we recording?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, so welcome to Yuja, which is a video platform, the advanced training. Thank you for coming. We want to do some introductions. We're going to introduce ourselves, and then we'd like you guys just to give us your name and what program you teach for. So I'll start. I'm the manager of instructional design and quality control. My name's Ann Quinn. I've been at UCR a little bit over a year, and I oversee the instructor side and the course side of Canvas. And then Chuck and Daniel, can you introduce yourselves?
Yeah, so my name is Daniel. I am the instructional design assistant within the eLearn help team. My main responsibilities include just kind of helping out instructors transition online and kind of have their courses up and ready. And I just hope that today, throughout this webinar, you guys kind of just get the knowledge to kind of elevate the online learning experience for your students.
Hi everyone, my name is Truck. When it was back face-to-face, I handle the scheduling of the rooms and provide the instructional support as far as AV equipment. Now that we are on online environment, I'm part of the eLearn team to share with you all the available resources to help you enhance the way you conduct your class and take things to the next level.
Okay, thank you. And then let's, if you all could unmute and introduce yourselves. Russ, would you like to start?
Sure. My name's Russ Keenan. I have been with the university now for about a year and a half in the project management and Lean Six Sigma certificate programs, and am negotiating to get into the technical communications certificate program for next year.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Joan, will you go, please?
Sure. I'm Joan Brennan. I teach in the PG program. I teach in the evening extension program and custom programs. My background is finance and accounting, so I teach courses related to finance and accounting.
Okay, thank you.
I'm David Klein Berlin. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just a professor of political science who is teaching online for the first time in his life, and I've got some of the basics down, and I'm hoping to learn more.
David, are you on the main UCR campus?
Yeah.
Very good. Welcome.
Yeah, Watkins Hall.
So the rest of us are in extension. So.
Oh. Huh. And by the way, for Ann, Daniel, and Chuck, if I want to get in touch with any of you by phone, is it the Yuja phone number or some other phone number?
So I will say, David, since you're on the main campus, you should talk to Excite. You should talk to your team for support.
Okay.
I mean, I will share our help numbers, elearnhelp@ucx.ucr.edu.
Well, is the Excite people, are they going to have a webinar similar to yours?
I don't know if they're going to have a webinar. And feel free to go to we have an instructor resource page. If you just type that in, go to UCR extension. So feel free to look at our resources, but they do have your own team, your own e-learning team.
Okay.
So forth.
Thanks.
But if you want to reach out to us at any moment in time, we're here for you, David.
Help you. Truck will help you. You can't say no.
Thank you.
Okay. So we just like to do this for fun since we're all at home. So go ahead, just type in chat. How have some of your relationships changed as a result of being in place? So type in chat. For me, I'm actually spending more time talking to certain people at the office than I did before, even when they were right next door, at the office next door. So just what are some of your experiences being virtual? Oh, Truck's birthday. Yeah, Angel had a birthday party over Zoom. Learning new things, good. Main interaction has been with grad students. Well, we're dead. We're glad you're here, David.
Thank you. Any human contact, I appreciate.
I do think, whatever connection we can make is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my problem is at my age, a lot of my friends are in their late 60s and 70s, and they are sheltering like I am sheltering, and there's a
Yes.
minimal contact between us. Very tough.
It's what's required. Yeah, I mean, my mother's older than you are, but man, I haven't even seen her for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, so okay. So we're using this Canvas course as sort of our slide deck. So if you want to copy us, if you like that idea, because the reason we do it is because we can get to Yuja right away, right here. So we don't have to go between Canvas and a slide deck. So everything we do will be from Yuja. We are logged into Canvas in a course. So notice, we know this is our global menu over here, the blue one. This is our course menu once we go into a course, the white one. So it is in your, you have to go into course first. So let me show you, we're using modules as our table of contents. This is what we covered last time. Recording with a web browser and recording with installed software, and I'll also show you that. How to share media, how to store different types of media, how to add captioning, and then how to add your Yuja movies to Canvas, and then doing quizzes, video quizzes. And this recording is also on our instructor resource page, if anyone wants to go back to it. Today we're going to cover fewer topics, but we're going to go a little more in depth. So we have these groupings of instructor tools and student tools. And within the instructor tools, we're going to do video editing and video analytics. And then within the student tools, we're going to do media player features and student recordings. So I'm going to pass the ball over to Truck. You want me to stop sharing, Truck?
Truck, you're muted.
You got to unmute, Truck.
Yeah, today we're going to go over a few topics, and I want to share with you. But what I really want to focus on today is being practical, using the available resources that we have in our toolbox, and not having to pay a heavy price for a video editing software or anything like that. Use what we have and make the best out of our resources to enhance the materials for our course. So today we are focusing on video editing. So Yuja is a media platform where it lets you store video, record video. But once you record a video for a course, the next step you would take is to edit it, enhance it, make it more appealing for your audience. So first thing first, the first thing that you would like to do is do some trimming and cutting, and I will do a quick demonstration of that for you, how to trim out the unnecessary parts of the video that are not might be not important to the video. And then we're gonna share with you how to edit the caption, because one of the beautiful things about Yuja is that it has auto captioning, and that is a very valuable feature, and it gives you the power to edit the caption as well. After that, we're gonna talk about how to insert a video into your video. So I just want to throw it out there that some of these editing feature is not real-time rendering, so you may have to save it to see the effects of your editing action. But I will do a demonstration of that down on the line for you. Another thing I want to talk about today is the list of action. This list is it's quite powerful when it comes to undoing your work. And the other feature I want to talk about is insert images into your video. And with that feature, you're able to create a cover photo for your video, making it look nice and professional. You could insert a watermark over the video. Let's say you're for a certain department and you want to add a watermark over that video, so they know that the video belongs to the department. Another feature I want to talk about is how to use available tools such as PowerPoint to create graphics for your video. All right, and we're going to talk about text overlay, and we're going to go over some practical use of using text overlay. I'm going to share with you quite a few, but one of them is to like put a text overlay to remind the student that certain areas of the videos are important. And lastly, we can talk about telestration. This feature will give you the ability to write on your video and make notes on there, highlight the video for your audience, okay? So let's jump over to the Yuja dashboard. In this case, I just wanted to work on this video right here. It's a webinar that we did a couple weeks ago. And then we're gonna talk about how to trim and cut the video. So when you log into the Yuja dashboard, editing and dashboard, you're gonna see these options available for you right here. So first thing I wanna talk about is how you scrub to the video. There's two areas you could scrub through the video and pick your point of insertion. So the first one is here, all right? And the second one is here. You just hover over this bar right here, and you could drag left and right to your designated point of interest. This bar right here is more accurate when it comes to dragging it within some time frame. This scrubbing bar up here is not accurate compared to the bottom one. If you want to zoom in on this time frame right here, on this time frame right here, you could zoom in to give you a more precision on where you want to insert the edit the action on your video. Okay, so the zoom feature right here allows you to zoom in on the entire length of the video and give you better precision when it comes to inserting the editing feature. Okay, so first thing first, let's say in the beginning of the video, and there's a lot of like quiet moment that you want to trim off. And the best way to do that is just to drag this bar right here to, like, let's just say the first 5 minutes, there's nothing important and you want to trim it off. So what you want to do is you want to click on the trim start right here, okay? And let's say at the last 5 minutes of your recording, there's nothing that's important, so you want to trim that off. You want to drag the bar to like the 50-minute mark right here, and then you're gonna insert the end trim. So that's how you trim off the front and you trim off the end. What I'm gonna go over next is where you wanted to insert in the middle of the video. Let's say you are here at minute 25, and you wanted to share with the class a demonstration of a topic that was not recorded in the video. So what you want to do is drag this bar right here to that exact time and create a cut. Okay, so with this cut, it will insert a point, and you could drag it to the left or to the right, and cut out that part of the video that you don't want to use. Okay, and then you wanted to insert a video over that. But we're going to go into inserting video down the road. But right now, I just wanted to share with you the difference between trimming and cutting. Cutting gives you more flexibility. Trimming just let you do the start and end, okay? And since we're here, I'm going to share, give you a quick glance of this list of action feature. What it is that it's a list that outline and the timestamp all the action that you created to this video right here. So if, let's say you wanted to get rid of that action, you just click here. And this is the area where you want to use to undo some of your action. You could do it here. However, it adds other information to the software that's not necessary. So the proper way is to click on this list of action right here and see all the editing action that you apply to this particular video. So I'm just going to remove everything, all the editing that I've done to this video right here, just to show you what the list of action is about. Okay, let's go back to the outline real fast. So what we talked about is the trimming and the cutting option. The next topic we're going to talk about is edit the caption of the video. And I cannot emphasize more about this feature because it's so helpful for students. With auto captioning, I believe it's able to capture like to 90 to 95% of accuracy when you do a lecture. However, if you want to go in and change the captioning, say you speak too fast at one moment and it didn't catch the word that you were saying, you could go into a particular part and you know, add in the caption. Let's just say I wanted to add in the word today, all right? And then it will allow you to add it in there. And let's say you wanted to take out this word using and you just want to use the word working. You're able to do that. So the editing captioning feature is in the edit dashboard right here, and it's quite powerful. Give you the flexibility to modify how your content is being displayed for your audience. The next topic I want to talk about is how to insert a video. And one thing I want to share with you when it comes to inserting video is that it doesn't do it real time for you. And that's one of the drawbacks of this editing feature in Yuja. Not like a software like a Final Cut or Premiere. Sometimes it gives you real time rendering, but when in Yuja, you have to save it first in order for you to completely see the result of your editing. So in order to insert a video, first you would pick a insertion point. Let's just say I want to insert a short video right here at minute 20. I'm going to go to add a video, okay? And I'm going to select a file, and I'm going to insert this video. And one thing I want to share with you is that Yuja is a software platform that is continuously adding new features from time to time. Sometimes it could be clunky, so please have the patience to work through it. It could get frustrating from time to time with all these features, but give it some patience and you will be able to see the power behind it. So after you select a video to insert into this point right here, you have a few options. It gives you the option of overriding your existing video. So when you insert this video in, it's going to override your existing video. Or you could insert it and it will keep your existing video. So what it does is just drop this video in right at that moment. Or you could drop it at the beginning of the video or at the very end. And with the beginning, let's just say you create a generic introduction video that's like 1 minute long. And you want to have that video in all of your future video lecture course. So this would be the option you wanted to use. Because once you insert it, it would insert automatically at the very front of the video. In this case, I want to insert it right here at 20, so you can see. As you can see right here, it placed the file on here. However, if you're gonna play it right now, the drawback of this feature is that if you play it right now, it will play with the audio of the new video and the audio of the old video overlapping. Now, one way to explain that is that it does not do real-time rendering. So what you do is once you save it as a new video, it will get that resolved for you. So you won't see, once you save it, you will not see the overlapping of the audio. Just keep that in mind when you edit your video, that the overlapping of the audio will go away after you save it. I'm not gonna save it, and I'm gonna move on to the next topic for you, okay? So the list of action is what I've shared with you earlier, and I just want to emphasize that it is the proper way to remove an action from the timeline, because it works within the software and the native environment of Yuja. So use that as the area to undo a certain feature action that you apply to the video. And I'm gonna go back and show you where that list of action is. So it's right here. If you create any action to the video, it will outline it, timestamp right here for you. Okay. So let's move on to the topic of inserting an image. So as you can see in my media dashboard right here, you can see that I have a very nice looking cover page photo for the video. And you might be wondering, how am I able to put something like that into my video? So I'm going to share with you, and I want to come back to the idea of using available resources. So what I created that graphic using PowerPoint. The PowerPoint allow you to use some of the pre-designed template that they have. So what I did, I just basically choose one of the template that they have and create a single slide and call it introduction. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this page right here out as a image, and I'm going to insert the image into the video and create a cover page for my video. So in order to do that, you have to go to File and export out this slide right here, and you have to choose a JPEG, and you have to use this ratio right here, this 1280 by 720. It's a good dimension to use for your image when it comes to inserting it into your video. So when you export it, you're going to see.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Are you going to hesitate at all just to see if there are questions as you go along?
Do you have a question, David? You can ask now. Yeah, please.
Okay, well.
Yeah, go ahead, David.
I have used Yuja, where I have a video of myself talking and then PowerPoint right next to it, split screen. I save that as a lecture. And let's say that I've done a complete lecture of, say, 30 minutes, and I say, oh, there's a couple of PowerPoints that I want to insert along with my dialogue, okay?
Yes.
So I don't understand why I would be going through that whole export function. Why can't I just take that video / PowerPoint presentation and import it into the other Yuja video? That's my question.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So you have the ability to insert that whole PowerPoint slide directly into the video that you're editing. And yes, let me bring it out, and I'm gonna share with us the reason behind it. Okay, that's a great question, David, and I appreciate you brought it up.
Yeah, because I didn't see the point of going through this whole export function, given what I want to achieve.
Absolutely. So the whole point of this is that, so what David was talking about, bear with me 1 second here. What David's talking about is this feature right here, where it said insert slide or image. You basically could insert a whole PowerPoint into here. But the reason why I'm creating this graphic in PowerPoint is that I wanted to give it a dimension that will work perfectly to fill up the aspect ratio of the video. Because sometimes when you insert the PowerPoint directly into here, it does not have that ratio that will fit perfectly nice with a, and view a nice cover page like this. So if that's something you want to use on the fly, you could directly do that, David. Or if you wanted to, like, adjust the ratio, you could export it out as a single image and insert it in. So it better mesh with the existing video.
What happens if I don't adjust my video presentation? Will it look weird?
Yeah, depending on how you create that PowerPoint, David. So if you use widescreen or the aspect ratio that you choose for that PowerPoint, it might not work. It might not show the whole thing or in the smaller size compared to the video that you are creating. So you could you can play around with that, and if it works perfectly for you, David, feel free to do that, because that's the faster way, and you don't have to adjust the dimension aspect ratio. But the beauty about this part is that you are able to assign a aspect ratio to that image, so it works perfectly with the video.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so another feature I wanted, so that basically cover the cover video. I wanted to show you how it's done. So all you do is just bring in that image. I want to bring in that image and insert it. And you have the option of, you know, assigning a duration to it. I suggest a 4 to 5 a second. It's good enough for the static video to be there. But as you can see, if you play it, it won't be real time. Yeah, it won't be real time. So that's one of the things I wanted to circle back, is that the editing that you do to your video, some feature might not be real time. So you have to save it first, and then it will show when you play it back. But this is an example of what a kind of cover page look like for your video. It looked quite nice. It looked quite nice when your student or your audience sees it. So it fully cover your existing video. All right. So another thing that you could do with insert video is you could watermark. You could provide a watermark over your video, and I'm going to show you that right now. And that watermark feature is right here. So what I have is a logo of this program that I've been working with. It's called the OSHA program. So this logo, you could set it to whatever size you want, and then you bring that image into your video. As you can see here, you have the option of applying that logo throughout the whole duration of your video, or set like for 10 seconds. So this is a watermark that you want to apply either to the whole thing or a specific duration. In this case, I mean, this is a demonstration. This logo is quite big. So what I suggest is make it to an appropriate size and bring it in. Because once you insert it in here, you won't be able to resize it. But the cool thing is that you're able to drag it wherever you feel like you know, it's appropriate. But it gives you that flexibility when it comes to the positioning of the logo or the watermark, but it does not give you the option to edit, resize the image. So the third thing that I want to talk about is that the idea of using existing resources. In this case, a majority of us have PowerPoint on our system. So you're able to come in here and create, you know, a chapter page, an introduction, or anything to insert into your video, to break your video into separate chapters or separate topics. So when they see it, they're able to identify it. If you have a professional graphic software, you feel free to do that too, but make sure the aspect ratio and the dimension of the graphic is compatible for your video. So the next thing I want to talk about is text overlay. And I want to focus on the practical way to use text overlay. So when you create a lecture, there's some information that you might forget during the presentation. Let's just say you talk about a link, but you did not show the link of a URL. So this is where text overlay comes in handy. Like you could just say, you mentioned in your lecture, you want the student to go to www.yahoo.com or ucr.edu, but you didn't have it on the slide. So what you can do is when you go over the video and edit it, you can just insert it at an appropriate spot, and they give you the option to in this feature, it gives you the option to enlarge the size and you could go from I think 5 to all the way to 59. And I'm just gonna show you the max so you can see how big it is. So that's one of the way to use text overlay. Another way is a contact, a phone number, an address that you talk about, but you didn't put it on the video, and you forgot, and you wanted to insert to the video. So this is a good way to use text overlay when it comes to editing your video. All right. And telestration. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention one more thing. Another thing you want to talk, you could use text overlay for is, let's just say there's a section in your lecture that's very important and you want to emphasize it. You do a text overlay and say that this section is going to be on the test. So using all these tools to enhance your teaching materials to help your student better understand the material. The last feature I want to talk about is telestration. And telestration gives you the ability to write over the videos. So let's say when you come to this part of the video and you want to do draw a few things on here. So what this feature does is give you the ability to be like a sport commentator and draw out the game plan and explain it to your audience like over the video. So to start that, you create you choose to create, and you choose a color. I'm gonna choose red and apply. And I'm gonna draw a few things here. So this point is connected to this topic, and remember, this is the button where you want it to press to go back to your slide. So this is just to give you the ability to highlight important components in your lecture. And you could do, once you're done with it, you could choose save. And it will be available on your video as how it's supposed to be, okay? So these are the features that are available in Yuja for you to edit your video and enhance the raw material, the lecture that you record, and add a sense of professionalism to the video you are going to be delivering to your audience. And I'm going to hand it over to Daniel to cover the next topic.
Okay. So,
Did you want to go first, Anne, or?
no, I'm on the next, I have the next.
Okay, okay.
Could I ask a question before you move on?
Please, yeah.
I'm sure you went over it, Chuck, but I might have missed it. How do you know what the aspect ratio is that you need to be completely convergent with Yuja?
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration for you real fast. Okay, David? So what I'm doing here is I'm going to record a video right here using Yuja, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it up. Sorry. Sharing you my screen right now. Apologize about that. Okay. I'm going to bring up my computer right here, and I'm going to go to my Yuja dashboard. So when you create the video, and this is a great question, David. I'm glad you brought it up. So when you create the recording,
yeah,
what I'm doing right now is going to bring out the recording feature. I'm going to show the setting of the dimension of the video.
That's the previews.
Where's, yeah. That's the previews. Are you able to see my screen, everybody? Sorry. Daniel, is my screen shown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So when you go to record, you kind of have this. So you mentioned you have a duo, side-by-side recording. So you have the option to turn it off and on, right, David?
Right.
In this case, what you do is, you go to setting right here. And as you can see, you see right here, David?
Uh-huh.
This is where this is where you could see the resolution of your recording.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. Yeah, so based on that, you're able to create an image that's similar to that, and it will fit appropriately over the slide. All right?
Thanks.
Yes, sir. All right, and I'm gonna hand it back to Ann.
All right. Okay. Okay, so our next topic is video analytics. Now this will be a short topic. Let me click on this. So why would you want to use video analytics? So what this means, it's kind of a fancy word. It just means how long are students watching videos? That's really all it means. What student watched which video and how long did they watch it a second time? That's all it is. Canvas also has analytics, which can help you as you work through your course to support your students. For example, what if a student is not doing well? You could go back and look and see, wow, they haven't looked at any of the videos, you know? And so then you could suggest that they watch the videos, or you might ask them, you know, are you having trouble watching them? Or, you know, are there any issues and so forth? So I made up this word, mutual transparency. So these tools give us, the teachers, a lot of transparency into our students' actions. Like I mentioned, the Canvas or Yuja Analytics, right? We can see what they're doing. But the mutual part means you can let your students know that. So it's not a gotcha, it's just, you know, hey, by the way, I want to let you know that this cool new video tool we have lets me see all the places that you go, which is great because then I can really help you however you want to present it. So now they know, oh, wow, my teacher can see, I better, you know, get on board and watch the videos. So you can measure how the videos are used, and then you can also see if they replay them. And you can also pursue with them, you know, it seems like you guys are watching this. Is this a difficult concept and so forth? So I really like the quizzing tool in Canvas. So you can combine, you know, a video with a quiz, and then, you know, for you, you can put more time into other, you know, I know teachers have a lot of grading, you know, instructors have a lot of grading. So you could just do a nice video and a quiz, and then, you know, you can spend more time, you know, if you have assignments, written assignments that you need to grade. So because analytics requires that a course has Yuja videos and the students have taken them. So I'm going to show you a portion of a training video that Yuja did for the UCR faculty. And it's just 3 minutes long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my audio is on. And I'm just going to share it with you. All right, here we go.
So just quickly, I'll start with video analytics. So if you are ever interested to see who's watching your video or videos, maybe some of you want to pass out credit based on who's watching and for how long, we have some pretty granular tracking that that's available to you. So if let's say for this one, I'm interested to see who's watched, I can go hover my mouse over the thumbnail right here. And then I'm going to go down here right under the edit button, and I'm going to click on the more menu. And Philip, if you ever want to download your own video, this is not available to viewers, but if you wanted to download your own videos, you can come into here and then download a copy. But more to point, if you go down below the downloads option, there's a tab for analytics. And when you select that, you're going to see some kind of just general data or raw data of total views, total amount of unique views, total play length. And if you want to go a little bit deeper to see who exactly is watching these videos, you can, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. There's a blue button that says see more. If I select that, it's going to open up some other things for me. So it's going to show me viewing trends to indicate where viewers are watching heavily versus where they're dropping off or skipping ahead. Each one of these tabs gives me kind of a different summary. So if I click on the playback tab, it's going to pull a list of names. So it's going to show me who's watched the video and for how long, or a total view count. If you want a personal graph for each user, so if I see Christina has watched it twice, but only for 25 seconds, I want to see maybe where she's dropping off or losing interest. I can come to the graph over here, and that gives me kind of a behavior to show where she's starting it versus where she's skipping ahead, or just dropping off completely. If I go over here to sessions, this gives me a time and date stamp for every viewer. So for instance, if Mary says she's watched it a bunch of times, but she didn't do well on the exam or the subject exam, maybe I'll see right here that through the time and date stamps that she watched it literally an hour before class, a bunch of times without knowing the entire subject. So it gives you time, date, and then where she's watched it or how she's watched it. All of this is downloadable in a report. If you click on this icon right here, it'll give you a CSV file report, and then some other kind of.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you, and I'm going to pass it over to Daniel.
All right, thank you, Anne. Let me just share my screen here.
And hello, Irene. I see you joined us. Thank you.
All right. Let me just bring up the presentation. Okay, can you guys give me a thumbs up if you guys can see my screen? All right, thank you. Okay, so moving on, we just want to kind of demonstrate like the different features that students will have access to. And this is mostly because 80% or more of the interaction students will have with Yuja is just basically them viewing the videos, right? So these features include slide recognition, indexing, comments, notes, and searching terms within the video. And just before we start, feel free to pause if you guys have any questions along the way. So these features, we really feel that this will allow your students to really get the most out of the online lectures. And before I get into anything, I just want to emphasize that some of these features are only work if you record using the Yuja software. So just keep that in mind. But most of the basic features will work with any videos that you upload to Yuja. So over here, let me open up my Yuja. Over here, I have an example lecture video that Philip Hansen kindly agreed to let us demonstrate using. So if I open it right here, play from beginning. So let's say I'm a student, right? And then I open up this lecture recording. Cool thing is, first things first, you have automated captions. So no matter what type of recording or video you upload, granted that the audio is clear, Yuja will automatically transcribe and generate captions for the video. So that's already very helpful for the students. But the cool thing is, if you click on this sidebar icon right here, you get all these features. So when you upload a recording to Yuja, Yuja will automatically index the video depending on the different timestamps, and also by captions. So the index function and the captions are really similar. The difference is captions is more kind of separated by the pauses in between each kind of phrase or sentence that the instructor or whoever's talking says. So you can click on any of these and it will take you to that timestamp within the video. So if I'm a student and I kind of remember going back to this video that the instructor mentioned something that was really important, like kind of near the end of the lecture, then I would just scroll through the end and kind of easily find out where that thing I'm looking for is. So that's indexing and captions. And then moving on to notes. This is also very useful for students because everything is basically in one place. So if I'm a student and I want to take notes, I'm not going to have to open up a separate application like a Word document to take notes. I can literally just write down the notes while I'm viewing the Yuja lecture recording. So I can type in something like, remember this will be on the test. So if I type that in and I click on this check mark, Yuja will save that note and also save the timestamp. So wherever I am in the video, if I click on that note, it'll take me to where I timestamped it. So that's a cool feature. And the notes is also downloadable so that students can view it offline. And then moving on to comments. Comments is a really cool feature as well because like I said, as a student, if I have a question or a comment, I can literally kind of post it within the video and have the instructor and different students within the classroom kind of see it. So the process for this one's a little different from notes because you have to click on this gear icon and then click comment. So let's say let's go to 21 minutes and then I click comment right here. And then I can ask the instructor like, could you elaborate on this? And then if you click on this eye icon, you can have the choice to either have it visible to the public, meaning it's visible to everyone in the class, or you can have it visible to only the instructor. So this can be very useful because as instructors, your biggest pet peeve is answering common questions when multiple students ask the same question, right? So if they have it posted as public and it's a very common question, you can kind of address that question in the next lecture, or you can either comment back because as an instructor, you can also comment within the videos. And similar to notes, if you click on it, it will take you to that timestamp. And also anything that's within the video, you can search up. So if, for example, I want to search up the topic of measuring processes within this specific lecture, I can just type in measuring and it will come up. Anything related to measuring will come up because Yuja will filter it out automatically. Okay. So that's the basic features that any lecture recording you upload to Yuja you'll have access to. So the only difference with the other recordings, if you record with Yuja software, is there will be slide recognition. So let me just open this. So this is an example video that I recorded using the Yuja software. And you can already tell by the format, it's kind of different. There's a lot more things going on. So you can change kind of like how it looks if you record using Yuja software. So you can select picture in picture, and then it will be kind of like the slides will be the main priority focus, and you can move around the webcam. So that's another little neat feature that you can get if you record using Yuja software. And the biggest feature is slide recognition. So let's say you're an instructor and you're making a lecture recording and you have a PowerPoint presentation slide, right? Cool thing is Yuja can automatically detect those slides and kind of have it so that students can search it up. So when you upload the video, there will be a slides tab here and Yuja automatically kind of separates them based on whenever that new slide was introduced within the lecture video. So like all the other features, you can kind of just like click on them and it will take you to whenever that new slide was introduced. And like I said, the cool part is that it's all automatic as long as you have it kind of clear and everything is set. So that's it for slides. And then the last thing I want to show you is if you go to the thumbnail of your recording, you can add documents. So let's say you have an activity like a worksheet and you kind of have students that missed out on the lecture and therefore they weren't able to get the activity worksheet, right? So you can link and add documents here. And let's say I'm going to link the lecture slides. I could just link it here. And then when they go to that video, it will be under resources right here. And then they can download it. So that's about it for the student features. If you guys have any other questions. You can let me know right now.
Yeah, on the thing about comments, if a student is commenting on one of the slides, PowerPoints, I'm not able to respond in real time because I'm storing all my slides asynchronically, right? So I'm not paying attention to what's happening to X number of students who are looking at that presentation at any hour of the day. So how do I have to just go back and search to see, you know, Tuesday, how many students made comments or what?
Yeah, that's a great question. So first things first, all of these features and tools is based on the assumption that they're asynchronous recordings, right? So you kind of recorded it. It's not a live virtual session. You recorded it and you upload it to Yuja for the students to view in a later time, right? So when the student comments, as far as I know, you do not get notified. But if you go to any of these videos and you click more and you click on comments, actually, let me open up the other one. If you click on comments, it will list out all the comments so that you can easily view it in like one small window, right?
Great.
You're not gonna have to scrub through the whole video and see like, oh, what the comments are.
If I want to respond to that student, do I do it right there or do I have to email him or what?
Oh, so yeah, you can do it within that same video, like how I showed you. You can respond back, or you can just kind of address it in your next lecture or something like that. That's really up to you. But the biggest takeaway from this feature is that students have the ability to kind of express what they're learning and what questions they have and such, right?
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, then with that being said, I'll pass it on to Anne. You're muted, Anne.
Thanks. Thank you, Daniel. Our last topic is on student recordings. Now we're just right about at the end of our time. So I just made a couple notes here because there's stuff that you need to set up your discussion as a text entry. And I'm going to show you what the student does, and then we'll go into the Canvas part. So just remember that if you set up, discussions are always text entry, right? They type in the little field. But assignments, you can have them submit files or text entry or other things. So do choose text entry. And then you're going to need to give instructions to the students. Now I'm going to try at this time becoming a student. And so I clicked on settings on the left and then student view. Because I'm pretending I'm a student. I'm going to go into Yuja. And I'm going to create a recording. Now I have already downloaded the software, so I won't make you go through that, but it's very easy. You click on download. It downloads an exe file into your download directory, and you just double click on that. It worked very well. So after I've downloaded, I'm going to choose record from your Windows PC or Mac, and then start. This nice animation to entertain us. Okay. Now for me, I've turned off my video. So I'm as my pretend student, I'm so excited because I got Bitmoji. So I made a little character. And I'm going to turn on my audio. And I'm going to record the screen. And I do have PowerPoint up. Now you can see my mic, you can see this little bar is going up and down. So it's getting my audio. And once I hit start, it will start recording. I'm going to toggle. This is my slide deck. So I have that open. Okay. And I can see it back here. So once I start, it's going to go back to my slide deck because this little overlay stuff is just the Yuja stuff that's on the top, but that will go away. So I'm just going to do a very quick little demo. Here we go. And you'll see a countdown. Hi there, my name is Anne, and today I'm going to show you all the different ways that you can decorate your office. Okay, I clicked on Finish, which was the little square, and now I'm going to click on Save. Okay, so it's going to save. I'm going to toggle back to Yuja. So it's going to take a while to process, okay? But I've done a few more the other day. So once that's done processing, we can do the next step, which is I'm a student. I'm going to go into, yeah, actually, you know what I want to do? I want to leave the student view because I want to show you what the teacher needs to do first. And then I'm going to go back into student view. I need to move this out of the way. So what the teacher needs to do, if they create an assignment where they want the student to submit a Yuja movie, I created this the other day. I created an assignment. Okay, so we know we always need a title, we need some instructions. And then the submission type is text entry. So that's the part that's important, and give a date and so forth, right? Okay. The discussions, like I said, are always text entry. So I'm going to go back to student view settings and student view. So imagine now I'm the student and I want to submit an assignment. All right, I'm going to go to my student recording assignment. I'm going to submit the assignment. And here's my text entry field. And I go to this little V, and I see there's two V's. It's this V, it says external tools. I choose Yuja. And I'm on the media portion over here. Okay. And here's my movie. There we go. And I'm going to submit. All right. If it was a discussion, it's very similar. This is a nice feature because since we're all working online now, you may have been in the habit of having student presentations. So this is a way that students can do presentations. You don't have to take that out of your curriculum. So I have a student recording discussion. So we know that students, I'm in student mode still. See, I did this the other day. So students, in order to respond to a discussion, click on reply. They look for that little V again, Yuja Media. Now notice there is a tab over here for quizzes. You don't want that tab. I choose my movie and I post. And there it is. So it's very nice, looks nice, people can play it and so forth. So that's just what I wanted to show you today for having students use Yuja and record. Are there any questions about that?
Yeah, well, I have a general question about the whole presentation. As an instructor, am I responsible for educating my students about Yuja, or will the university be providing some instructional webinars so that students can get up to speed?
It's funny, we had the exact same question yesterday, and I really don't know. I mean, you're on the main campus, and I know you have the Keep Teaching website, and I've been on that. Canvas has a help. Let me bounce it to Truck and Daniel. Have you guys found student resources on Yuja?
For me personally, when I did my research, it's not for students per se, but there are how-to guides on how to kind of use the features. So at least for me, it was enough for me to kind of just pick it up on the go and
But
use these features.
just from the perspective of a student,
Yeah.
Daniel is a recent graduate from UCR. You know, I mean, students are quite curious and they're quite
Yeah.
native to technology.
They're
So
pretty tech savvy.
yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much about student being able to find this feature and that feature.
Okay.
Okay. Now I put in the chat, and I put in the chat a short eval. So I'd like you to fill that out, but it doesn't mean we can't continue to answer your questions. I thought I want to put that in there. But what other questions do you have? Do you have any other questions?
Need to spend some time playing with it. And
Yeah, no. One thing I highly suggest everyone to do is just play with it when you have time. However, be patient with it because it is a new platform and it takes some getting used to, especially when you're editing it and it's not real time, and so just give it a try here and there. But do not hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions. We're here to share with you these knowledge and to help you enhance the way you create your materials for the class.
very good.
Okay, I'll leave the room open a little bit, so please do the evaluation. Make sure you click on that. And thank you very much for coming. Maybe we can put in the, I'm going to put in the resource page. Let me find it. This is where we're putting our recordings.
And the beautiful things about Yuja is that it's a one-stop shop that has all the features, all the basic feature that allow you to record, edit, and modify your videos. Before, you would need separate tools to do each of these aspects. So they streamline it, they put it onto a bundle and give it to us, and to enhance our teaching material. So I think that's one of the beauty about Yuja that's different from other one compared to Zoom or Canvas conferencing. It has all these additional features to help instructor.
And the thing about Yuja, it's totally education focused. You can see that, like the way that you can search on slide text that it pulls. I mean, if you were just making television commercials, right, or some other commercial use of video, you'd have no use for that. So there's a little bit of a trade-off, as Truck said, some of the video editing is not quite as slick, as fancier tools. I think it's definitely enough for us, but the student tools are very good, with the searching and so forth. And I think if you can even, walk your students through it, encourage them to be active, encourage them to make comments or notes. You could even say, I'll give 5 extra points for people who put comments in, right? Keep them engaged, because we know just watching a long linear video can get a little tiring sometimes.
And one thing I wanted to share with everyone is that when you first try it out, try it with a short video, 5 minutes, 10 minutes video,
Yes.
so it doesn't bog down your system. Once you get the hang of it, and then you use the longer video. Because sometimes it create an extra layer of frustration when you try to edit a long video, not knowing where things are.
Yeah, in fact, consider, like, say you'd like to talk for 45 minutes for week 1. Consider breaking that up into 3 videos, and then you can label it, and the students can kind of focus more, and then you don't have the stress of, oh, I gotta get it right, And another comment I wanted to make, as Truck was showing you how to add graphics, I don't know if you noticed, we kept going back to the modules page of the Canvas course. And the reason we do that is to orient you real time, like this is what we're talking about. Okay, we're still on this topic. But also, when your students scrub through a video, if they see the text, it helps a lot, because like I had to find where they talk about video analytics, and that teacher instructional video was like 80 minutes long. It was a long video, so I had to find it. So when you add a text box, a slide, and so forth, it's easier for students to find things. Now that is a refinement. I'm sure you're gonna feel like a genius to get your recorded Zoom up in Yuja, and that'll be a great task to accomplish. And then maybe over time you'll try the editing and so forth.
Yeah. Just to add on to what Anne was saying, like I recently graduated, and my last quarter, that's when we transitioned to online. And it was just very hectic having all these instructors kind of email you the Zoom recordings, because I would always have to go back to my email and kind of
Yeah.
look for that link, right? But with Yuja, it's like all in one place. Would have
Yeah.
been a lot more convenient for me as a student. And the main takeaway as instructors is you don't have to kind of necessarily use all the features, but once you get to play around with it, you kind of have an idea of like what you want to do with your course. It will make it a lot easier for your students to navigate around the course and kind of look for the different topics and whatnot to kind of excel them in your course, right?
Yeah, very good point. Thank you.
One more thing to add is once you create a video, it's there for you to use in multiple classes. You can edit it, cut it, like it's there as something that you already created, and you just have to modify and reuse it. So it's a good way to build up an archive of your teaching materials.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, any other comments, questions? All right, I'm gonna close the room then. Thank you very much for
All right,
coming.
guys, take care.
And this
Have a good
recording
one.
will be up. I put the instructor page up, so the recording will be up there in a few days or so.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye.